The Northern Lights by Vladimir Snegurchenko. Circles under my eyes, I come to meet the dawn. I'm talking with the same as I, my eternal companion, the brain, soaked in modernity and stamps of history. And me, who seems higher than Buddha, taller and higher in spirit than Gautama Buddha himself. I scoop the cream of events and lick the foam of days, in the dead of night, upon the roof of wisdom, where the secret muse of mine is resting, sulked out like a big fat breeding pig, like a pupa in cocoon. Antenna, radio signs, 20-story building under my feet. Gautama, I'm higher than you. Drink the potion, Gautama. I don't wake up for 20 years now, and every bullet is the bullet of national treasure. Off the coast of Equator, on chest, the chest that rests upon the turtle shell. I'm flooding Indonesia by liquor of sweat and lust, by shots of psychedelia and joy of tours into Gautama's domain. Reverse, O rivers, minutes fall in hail, fall in showers of artificial hunger upon the fields of wheat. Eat the stellan. Dig in, brothers. Look, babies have roamed from womb to stomach. Look, the unborn babies have roamed from womb to stomach. Eat the stellan, sons of bitches. But what the mother has to do, and Virgin Mary, what to do, what the woman has to do with the Hitler in her womb, what the woman has to do, baby Hitler in her womb. And I'm awaking. 20 years have passed. Mama, 20 years, and I'm already old. Mama, I'm a gaffer, old as hell. Bollocks, Mommy, I'm 20, but I'm older than you. Bury your children. There happen to be too much life for them. Everyone born in love must die at 20 so they never wake up. Mommy, I'm a little Hitler. Sleep, honey. You'll go to school tomorrow. And so the boy went to school, and there he found a school of the spiritual order. The spiritual order from A to Z. The pinnacle of education is the skill to make gloves of human skin. The art of crafting gloves of human skin. Mommy, I'm a little Hitler. Sleep, honey. Daddy was killed. Now you take his place. Love me, son. I'm all yours. Mommy. 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 I am your motherland. Love me, baby, in all positions. I am your motherland. Incest is God's grace, honey. Incest makes happy babies. And you, my dear, you were born this way too. You'll be the happiest of all, I promise. I promise. I promise. Mom, what is war? War, my dear, is when you get screwed by someone and then you appeal to Hague Tribunal for not being properly screwed. Mom, and what is Hague Tribunal? Sleep, son. Don't you know that minutes fall in hail, days pour in rain, and years lay down like haze? Sleep, and you'll see the northern lights, and Mommy will kiss you everywhere, everywhere. And you'll become the richest and the most loved boy of all. And you'll take care of your mom and look after her when she gets old. Why do you think I'm raising you, huh? So you could love your mommy and tell her everything. 'Cause I'm your mommy. Your mommy. Mommy. 20 years old, Mum. I began to shave. I've returned from Afghan. I'm alive and want to hug you. Mommy taught me how to French kiss, and she told me about her intimate parts, about her charms. That's how she calls it, the charms. Mom says that I used to be a little monkey and then became a human being, but I've grown up into a fat bastard. But I was very nice as a kid. Nice little monkey, Mommy's monkey. When we're small, we're all so nice. Little monkeys, hippos and puppies. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The first word I've learned how to say was want, and the second was mum. But 20 years of age, I left my mum, left for good. And now I can only feel her from the distance. Forgive me, Mum, but I'm a full-grown man now. And you're my mum. And we can't have anything between us anymore. It's not right to sleep with your own mother. But I've realized this only in Afghan, where they put a barrel of a gun into my mouth and said that I should never sleep with my mother again because that's not good. And then it hit me that it really is bad. And later they said that if one sleeps with his mother in his 40s, it's because he had never been to Afghan. Mommy, I'm a little Hitler. Sleep, honey. I'll give you a pill and it will all pass. Come on, take a pill with a sip of water. You should only drink boiled water, never drink from the tap. Only the homeless dogs drink from the tap. And you are not a doggy, aren't you? You're a small, cute, naughty monkey. When Mummy was 8 years old, she used to take a lot of pills too. She was taken to the best doctors. But only one old witch was able to help her. She broke the hoodoo with an egg. Since then, she had never been ill. She says she's as healthy as a horse. 'Cause no one looks a gifted horse in the mouth. But what did she mean by that? No one knows. Mom has always tried to teach me something, but I was never taken to them old witches to break the hoodoo. She says she doesn't trust them. But you know what? Healthcare is quite a different thing. Today's healthcare is high class, Not like it used to be in old times. There are drugs of all sorts, at any prices, for any age, and for many disease. Like the pills for people from 17 to 24 only. But what am I to do if I'm 24 in one day? Do I have to make an appointment at doctors to get another prescription for like 24 plus or something? So, ever since I was born, Mum switched me from one medication to another. We never held on to one drug for too long. Mum said, it's bad for you. Your body is getting used to it, so it doesn't work. And it really did stop working. Maybe it's because I never swallowed it. Just chewed until Mum would stop watching, and then ran to the bathroom and spat out white, red, yellow bubbles of saliva with chewed drug. Mommy, I'm a little Hitler. Sleep, honey. Your mommy is too old to grow another adult now. You'll be an economist, just like your dad. But don't become a president. That's a thankless job. Mama never explained why exactly it's a thankless job, but I took it for granted. Mama can't lie, can she? And later she said, "You'll be a pimp. Pimps make more money than economists." So I began to sell my mother. Sold her to everyone, abroad and to Turkey. I never knew that before, that everybody wants my mom, and only her. Other ones are not fit, they say. Other ones are not so compliant and can't make out so well. After that, I became proud of my mom. I knew before that she was special, but now I became mad proud of her. And we really did make a lot of money then. But why would she need it anyway? Because she had all the food, drinks, clothes, living space. She never had to hit the street like a whore. I would prearrange everything by the phone. They would come, take her and bring her back when finished. With perfect timing, all done by schedule right down the line. Have to know exactly your per hour pay. And I had a solid client base. All the right people like politicians, gangsters, economists. Well, they all wanted my mom, and Mom would never get squeamish of anybody. She said, "I don't care much for age or beauty as long as it's a good person." "Hey Mom, I'm a little Hitler." "Who's taught you that crap?" "The teacher in the kindergarten. She always used to say that I'm a little Hitler, and that she would always strangle such filth and will continue to do so as long as she and her children are alive. Also, I showed the girls my pee-pee. They made me do that, and when the teacher saw that, she hit my pee-pee with a ruler. She said, "It'll grow better that way." I didn't even cry. I got so excited I wanted more. So I told the teacher, but she just burst in tears and ran away. Then we were fed semolina porridge. I had a clot, so I spewed it back into the plate. Not into mine, though, the one that was next to it. And the girl who was eating from it didn't notice and kept on eating. That very moment I realized that you are the best mom ever. Because you always make me an instant soup, and it never has any clots. Too bad the client will come in half an hour, and I will have to sleep alone. Again. Hush, hush, little sonny, Mama has to make some money. You are a big boy now, you could sleep alone sometimes. Take a nap alone a while, Mama's gonna be back in no time. So where do you work? Quiet, baby. We've got thin walls in this house. The neighbors might hear us and they'll gossip about it. I got a night shift, son. And I thought to myself, it's a shame I have only one mom. Should have had two of them. One for the day and one for the night. Going to bed wouldn't be so scary then. Going to sleep without mom is mighty scary, not like when she's near. Otherwise, mom is just hanging around somewhere and you just lay there all scared and covered in blanket. You're crying, worried about her. You put your head through an open window and shout, "Mommy! Mommy!" And nobody, not a single passerby looks at you. You look at the clock, it's 1 a.m. Everyone's asleep. And there's just you, yelling. Just a little more. "Mommy!" And a few times more, but a little more quiet now. "Mommy! Mommy! Mommy!" And at daybreak she'll come to you and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, dear, I got stuck in a traffic jam." Or tell me that the bus got broken. And you just have to believe her, at least pretend as if you did, because she's your mom, right? It's awful going to bed without mom. And when it's day, you feel scared when she's asleep, because you're not sleeping. You didn't hang out all night. Because you're still a little kid, right? And she's just lying there on a sofa, smelling of booze and perfume. The room is lighted. The sun shines through the window. People don't sleep at daytime. Only the dead do so. The public service is done before noon, and afterwards they get carried away to get buried. And the living, before they die, visit them on the graveyard while searching for a nice place for themselves. I remember when Granny buried her son, my uncle. She had said some cheap iron monument, just for the time being, and then another one of marble. Nothing like sitting by a decent wee tombstone. Now this one could surely use a table and a couple of benches. And the old one, well, you don't scrap a tombstone just 'cause it's old, don't you? She placed it on the other side of the table, to guard the place. She didn't even forget to enclose this whole space with aluminum fence. So she would sit at the table, dead sun to her left, hollow grave to the right. No one will bother, and they can't take a spot with a tombstone there, eh? Who cares if it's not as good as the other one on the left? It's a monument, for God's sake. Then she would dust both monuments, sweep around, and sit back again. But she wouldn't stay for too long, though. Housework won't wait. And then my granddad croaked too, so the lot came in useful. Granny had a reason. 'Cause this is the land issue as well, right? And now she sits at the table, her son to the left and her husband to the right. The table is too good to put it to trash. That's a decent wee table. Dyed it 3 times already. But the crappy paint just keeps on falling off. That's just a bad energy. You know? Dead, rotten energy. Let the table stay a little while. And it's not even about the table. She kept 2 coffins in the attic even before Granddad checked out, wherever they came from. You don't put a decent coffin down the drain just 'cause you don't need it, right? She said. Leave it alone. Soon as Granddad died, she trashed the remaining coffin. So you don't let the death cross your mind, she said. Granny got wise. And Mama's asleep. It will get dark soon, and Mama's still asleep. Gives me creeps, really. I know she's my mom, but I'm scared anyway. She's sleeping, and it seems to be wronging away. People don't sleep at daytime. Maybe she's not human. I wish I had 2 mothers. One for the day and one for the night. Mommy woke up, kissed me gently, but not a French kiss this time, and went to cook. She boiled water and crushed the instant soup cubes into it. Have some soup, honey, she said. You must be hungry. Did you just sit in front of the telly without having a snack the whole morning? It's not good for your stomach, you know that. And I sit at the table, my first mom to the right, and the second one to the left. The one that is gone away now. The one I dreamt of. And I say, give me the cash. The client will be here in 1 hour. And I never got my Hans Andersen goodnight story you promised. Read it yourself, dear. I need to take a shower. School is over now and you still can't read more than 20 words a minute. Later on, I talked her into an abortion, so we could save some money and buy a new flat. Mom agreed. She said, Tifrilo, this is too much. I can't afford that. Outside somebody sang Evening Bells. Mama hugged me, gave me a kiss, and I fell asleep. And I had a dream in which the presidents of all countries assembled at my place where I auctioned my mom. It was winter, and I dug a trench with a sepper spade. I could hear booming of explosions all around. Church bells were melted into combat shells. The fight wouldn't stop, both on Earth and in heaven. Aliens from different planets sought secrets of eternal life. Gitema descended from the skies with a shovel of his own, but the golden one, trench won't dig itself. But I dig better than he does, 'cause I defend my native land from enemies, and he just came in to get some digging practice. Well, I don't mind. Let him dig. Anything for a quiet life. And as he digs, repeating my shovel moves after me, he says, Don't sell your mother, man. Don't do that. Selling your own mother is wrong. If they try to smooth talk you, say you've changed your mind. If they offer you lots of money, don't take it. If they'll threaten you, say, Gitema will come and take care of you. And if they go like, say, what? Who's Gitema? You say, it's Gitema. Buddha Gitema. I said so, but they didn't take me seriously and made me sign the contract. I gave them my mom, and they gave me an oil derrick in exchange. And I go like, I don't need a fucking oil. All the transportation is running on water for like ages now. And they say, no, take it. An oil derrick in every country, very good. And I'm like, Chinese oil? What kind of oil is that? The very best, they say, high-end, top-class, vintage, luxury branded oil. You'd be grateful. Here, take it. I signed it before I could even notice. I have no idea how it happened. They must have hypnotized me or something, or maybe I was taken in by the whole luxury thing. Why the hell did you sign it, man? I could have helped you if you didn't sign it, but now it's too late. I can't help you, man. Whatever signed on earth is signed in heaven. Look, in the next life, you'll be a lawyer's kid, okay? Oh, Mommy, my heart is aching now. How are you there? I heard you've got passed around, but help is on its way. Just let me finish with that trench of mine. I told you, Mom, don't mess with the foreigners. Haven't you had enough of locals? You won't hear me anyway. You're doing good up there, in warm embrace, don't you? And me? I'm freezing here 2 meters beneath the cold ground while my oil derricks are burning somewhere, unattended, and there's looters everywhere. But how did we come down to this? How did the normal people turn looters when the war came in? You know who these people are? These are all guys from the neighborhood. All the quiet ones, everyone we thought was such good people. You know, Mom, one thing we love the most is stealing. 'Cause grass is always greener on the other side, right? Welcome meals taste so much better than food at home, even if it's just a plain butter and bread. It tastes so good, especially with a cup of tea. You would always sit and just wish they had all died right now so you could eat all that amazing butter, bread, and drink all of that delicious tea. Even if their dead, rotting bodies stink out the room, you won't leave until you're finished. But you won't ever ask for seconds. 'Cause it's embarrassing, you see? 'Cause even if you get some more, they'll give you so much more that you won't dare even touch it. Instead, you could just kill them all so you could eat on your own all you want and as much as you need. And back at home, you have the same bread, same butter, of the exact same brand, and exact same tea in the same tea bags. I remember, I wrote it down so I could buy it later, but not now, I guess. It doesn't really taste that good, and I want something different, you know, Mom? It's greed, you know? I woke up, but Mum wasn't there. Someone was knocking at the door. It's Mum. Said she forgot the keys. Thank God you let me in. I'm so tired. I'll take a nap. Have some soup, honey. I've made it just yesterday. It's still good. That was a symbolic dream. I wrote it down in the kitchen, told Mom I've eaten, and watched the telly instead. Actually, I only watch commercials. Commercials allow you to find out about what happens in the world. It can even be visually enjoyable. It can even give you a hard-on. And Mom's asleep and has a dream that her own son rapes her so hard as if she's not his mother at all. She has the exact same dream for many years now. Morning, Mom. Did you have any dreams? No, honey. I had no dreams. And what did you do all day? I watched the telly. Spare your eyes, honey. Come on, turn it off. Let's have breakfast. Mom, I'm a little Hitler. Sleep, son. Mama had some good rest already. It's your turn now. But I didn't fall asleep. I just pretended to. But I didn't really sleep. A client came and Mom serviced him at home. In the kitchen. All night long. It's a one-room apartment, you know. Mom, why do we need so much money? You're better off with it. Why better off? You'll find out when you grow up. Mama's been moaning in the kitchen all night long. All night long I listened to her moaning. How does my mama moan? Mama's moaning good. I wrote down in my notebook, Mama's moans are good. Mom, if I wasn't your son and was rich, would you marry me then? I would, but only if we were in love. I can't do it without love. It doesn't turn me on. Mum was out for 3 days. The police inspector came and told me that Mum was gone, and I'm the only one in charge now. And then police came in, searching my home. They were looking for drugs. A week later, my mom came back, all happy. Said she was jailed for murder, but was pardoned. There even was a court meeting for that, but I knew it will be all right, because Mom knows all the right people. So I didn't believe it when they said that Mom was gone, and just kept on waiting, and eventually Mom came back, because she's my mom. My dear mommy, for real. Hey Mom, is that true that Hitler wanted to rule the world? It is true. And is it true that Hitler stood after hunger genocide in Ukraine and that he blamed it on Stalin afterwards and attacked Russia to avenge his grandmother who went on some sort of vacation there but was starved to death? Yeah, it's true. But his granny had nothing to do with this. Some people say that Hitler was a virgin birth. And so, all his life he was searching vengeance, but not to his granny, it was his mother, who was Stalin's lover. Under threat of death, she was forced to make an abortion, but she disobeyed, and to save her baby, she fled to Germany and received a citizenship there. I would do the same for you, honey. But her son grew up and went to avenge his lost heritage. Haven't you learned that at school? But Mom, I'm only in first grade. Oh, really? Well, actually, out of interest, you might have looked for that in books yourself. And Mama said, Never mind. We'll get through, son. Of course we'll get through. We'll make $1 million and leave this place forever. That would be a perfect life. We'll spend our money like we want to. We'll run away and never come back. Somewhere beyond the sea, there's a land of free, where me and you, and your children too, will be comfortably off with $1 million. They have banks there with a huge percentage rate, 10% return, anti-fraud controls and all. It's not just life, it's day after day filled with happiness. Sold at a discount. Can you imagine, son? They have happiness in store. I've read it in the paper. Never could have thought. We'll get lucky, that's for sure. That's how Mommy made jokes. We didn't laugh, though. Mama had tears in her eyes. She said it's happy tears. I turned on the telly. Mom fell asleep. I looked at her, and I felt scared. This is my mom. She gets so tired at work, and the phone's ringing off the hook. The clients just keep on calling. They all want to see my mom. Back then, everybody wanted mom, and I felt so bad for her, I decided to give her a day off. Thought it could be once a week, on Mondays, but having counted up the losses, I decided it would be better to make it once a month, but on Tuesdays. Mama was glad. Said I'm the best son ever. Mommy, I'm a little Hitler. Sleep, son. Daddy never made it back from war. All because he went to fight without rest. He went out with horse all night through. The Nazis came in the morning to shoot all their sleepy company, including horse. That's why you should always remember to have a good sleep, honey. And remember, never go to battle when you're half asleep. Better hide somewhere under the trees to have your 8 hours of sleep. Your dad didn't listen to what I said, and that's why he died. Daddy was a bad soldier, son, but you are the best son ever. Mom, what are the Northern Lights? And as I was falling asleep, Mama told me. It's when everything's all right, when you have a lot of money, when you go to sleep with your dear mommy by your side, when your medicine chest has all the pills you need, for any situation, for any disease, it's the Northern Lights. When a soul flies around the earth, deciding whether it wants to be a man or a woman, it's the Northern Lights. When you're dead drunk, but you could still keep it together, you get a cab, and you pronounce your address correctly and manage not to vomit for the next 20 minutes. The Northern Lights is when you have friends, someone you love with all of your heart, someone you take care of, and you do your best not to hurt them. Simply don't tell them all the truth. You skip some facts and everyone's happy. Just need to know where to stop. The Northern Lights is when you deal with death of your child and then your wife or husband while you keep on living and still manage to find a reason to enjoy your life. Experience comes with age, son. 20 years is too short of a time. 20 years is just the beginning of the road. The Northern Lights is when you sleep with your own mother and then you sell her so that other men could sleep with her too. And Mama still loves you as much as before and doesn't blame you for anything. This, son, is the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights, son, is when you live, but it feels like dying. And it goes on for 20 years. It's when you come out on the street and see people die of hunger all around, and you step over the corpses and proceed in your business. While on the telly, they say it's all right, it's nobody's fault. Bad harvest because of the drought this year is all. But you can tell there's no drought. The minutes fall in hail, the days pour in rain, and the years lie down like haze. But you see, you're not blind. This, son, is my Northern Lights. Sleep, and in the meantime, while you're asleep, Mama will cry a while. Just a little, while you don't look. You see, son, this is the Northern Lights. Hush.